Bowen's on fire, and he's shagging Danny Dyer. Bowen's on fire, and he's shagging Danny Dyer. So West Ham have done the unthinkable. Bloody David Moyes, from relegation to Europa Conference League winners. Unbelievable job that he has done. And he was, a certain point of this season, like odds on to get sacked. And the amount of managers that got sacked sort of this season, a lot of the teams who sacked managers did well, but West Ham, if they'd have sacked Moyes, I think they'd have been in big trouble. They have a plethora of good players, and he's built that team unbelievably stuff. You've got Paqueta, Declan Rice, obviously his future don't, but Ben Rama, they brought in Danny Ings, Antonio, Bowen, they got Areola now, right back Kufal, Emerson. The whole team is full of quality, and that man provided. Ultimately, for most of the game, majority of the game, 60 minutes, there weren't many chances. Fiorentina's first shot came in at the 65th minute. West Ham sort of played very defensive. It weren't an enjoyable hot game until that penalty, which it was a handball. We saw it with Grealish for Man City in the FA Cup final, where his hands in the air, and you have to take in today's rules. I fully believe it was a penalty. His hand is out here. He pushes the ball away from Bowen. Great takedown as well. West Ham did have a few chances before them, which were a bit offside, but they got that penalty. Right decision by the referee. Took it long, but it is what it is. They got to the right decision. And West Ham were fired into the lead by Ben Rama. Whoosh! Absolute missile right there by him. He's a king of penalties for them, West Ham. Gets them into the lead. Every West Ham fan is loving it. The place goes berserk. And West Ham looked on course for their first European trophy since like 1960-something. Bobby Moore era. Unbelievable stuff. But it all went to shit when Bonaventura, a man who's been around for fucking ages in the Italian league, scores about 5 minutes afterwards, and West Ham were on the ropes again. They fired back, they punched back, they showed what they was about, and they had the balls to do in a final. And yeah, for the last 10 minutes, it was scrappy. And Fiorentina, Florence the Machine, whatever you bloody call them, were on top for the last 10 minutes until you thought it was going to go to extra time. I believed it was going to go to extra time. Another penalty shootout. We've saw him so many times in European finals. But that ball from Paqueta, who has been having a good season recently, he's the one that's sort of shone out. Obviously, Bowen not having too good of a season. West Ham overall in general not having as good as a season as the last two times. But it was Paqueta who played that ball through to Bowen, and Bowen smashed it past the keeper. He got a bit of luck because he obviously did touch the keeper and then went in. There was a check for offside, but that place was on fire. With West Ham's were loving it in Prague, and it absolutely exploded. David Moyes, yes, running down the line. It was something out of FIFA, a 90th minute winner. Absolutely unbelievable, and I'm just so happy for West Ham because they're not a traditional top six team. Whenever a team from England who are not in the traditional top six win a trophy, it's so good to see, and we've got so many next season as well. We've obviously got West Ham this time. We've had Leicester. You've got Villa in the Conference League, which I'll pray that can be us next season. You've got Brighton. Obviously, Liverpool in the Europa League. They've underperformed. You've got Newcastle in the Champions League. It's all going to pop off, and I'm so happy that we're starting to see like these sort of teams who have obviously had good investment, but they've had good managers and good ownership, which has helped them get to this stage. They've built up into the Europa League, into the Europa Conference League, and into the Champions League. It means absolutely the world to West Ham. We saw Declan Rice's celebration, David Moyes' celebration, their interviews. Will Declan Rice stay or go? We'll have to see. Obviously, his favourites go to Arsenal. He didn't really confirm or deny. He said he loves his club. He's got 2 years contract, but there is interest from Arsenal. We know that, and I think it's a good way to go out because he's delivered them a trophy. He's got them back into Europe. If he left them there, West Ham fans will forever laud him as like up there with Bobby Moore. It'll be a very good night. Get the beers in, lads. Down the pints. It's going to be unbelievable. They deserve it, and what Bowen did is incredible. There was loving the song, singing his song. West Ham blowing bubbles. Absolutely crazy from David Moyes, and if he stays another season, he can go and enjoy the Europa League again. Obviously, they won't be favourites, but they've got a good chance of qualifying. They're going to be with Brighton and Liverpool. What an incredible game in the last 30 minutes. Unbelievable stuff. Football just exploded. That's why football has been the best sport. You can maybe say this sort of season has been one of the best ever. You've had the World Cup, Argentina winning, Messi completing his story. Bloody Europa Conference League, West Ham winning. Brighton, Villa, Newcastle getting Champions League, crazy results, and potentially City doing the treble, which we'll have to find out on Saturday night. Wow. All I can say, this season has been immense. Jam-packed with action, goals, saves, galore. It's had it all. And if it ends well, it could possibly be one of my favourite seasons. We've also got the crazy transfers going on. My mind's exploding. But I hope you guys enjoyed. What a final. See you in the next video.